Alright, let's get this Halloween started, shall we? I'm sure these trick-or-treaters are gonna love this. Definitely gonna need some lollipops, some chocolate, some chips. Ooh, definitely some Skittles. Starbursts. Damn, I don't remember chocolate bars being this thick. I guess my ex would know. Crap, it's getting late. Them damn kids are gonna be here any minute. Damn it! I'm sure this is enough to feed the entire neighborhood. I bet everyone will think I'm the real Candyman after tonight. That should do it, and just in time. Seems pretty dark outside now. Alright, and now the games begin. Oof, that was quick.
Trick or treat!
Hey, Mario and Luigi! You guys are my first trick-or-treaters of the night, so you both get a fistful. Here you go. And here you go. That's all you're getting. How about a thank you? No? Okay. Then get the hell out of here! Stupid kids. Alright, looks like we have Bikini Bottom in the house.
Trick or treat!
Trick or treat! Oh! Sorry everyone, but this is the last of my candy, so I can only give you one each.
Oh, what? And not one for me?
Well, what's your costume?
Isn't it obvious? They call me Mermaid Man, but you can call me anytime.
I'm good.
Or you can call me Mermaid Woman, but you can just call me a beautiful mermaid.
You sure you're not a whale?
Excuse me? What did you say?
No, I meant Pearl. Pearl the whale. She's my favorite character.
And what did you dress up as? Maybe you could be my barnacle boy.
No thanks. I'm not dressing up this year.
That's not what I meant, dummy. Tell me, do you have Barnacle Boy's nose in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Hey, stop looking at me like that. There are trick-or-treaters out here.
Oh, there are? I can fix that. Hey, everyone! Stay away from my husband's house or the seashells come off! Shoo! Go away and come back next year!
Wait! What the hell are you doing?
They're leaving us so we can be alone together.
This isn't the nursing home, lady!
All I want for Halloween is you!
Lady, stop it! You're harassing me!
Do you have candy for me, boy?
Hey, stay back! This candy is only for kids, not saggy old people like you. You had your time.
Those are not sags. Those are just my muscles resting.
Here, lady. Here's my last piece of candy.
That's not the type of candy I was hoping for.
What are you talking about? What is it that you want?
I want a different kind of lollipop.
Oh, God. Hell no. Not a chance. You're disgusting.
Shut up and pay up, Barnacle Boy. I want some Squidward in my Krabby Patty now.
Lady, you need to leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, right. You don't even have the balls. You know what they say about a mouthful of gums.
Get away from me. I don't have any more candy and I'm not gonna do anything with you.
Well then, fine. I'm calling the cops and having them arrest you for harassing me.
What? You're the one who's harassing me.
Who do you think they'll believe? The mean, jerky man or the sweet little old lady?
There's nothing sweet or little about you. They're gonna believe me.
Do you want to take that chance?
Fine. I'll go look in my kitchen for some extra candy. Just stay here.
Hurry up in there! I've got other houses to hit tonight!
Just give me a second! I'm looking for candy, damn it! Damn it, I've got nothing left. That old hag isn't going to leave me alone. What the hell are you doing in my house? Hey, what's wrong with you? What's your problem, lady?
My problem is I haven't gotten what I wanted yet. I demand payment for the way you've mistreated me. I'll take cash or other methods. Pay up, Barnacle Boy!
All right, that's it. You're done. Get out of here.
How does it feel feel to know I'm the superior one in the duo, you little punk? I wanna sit on that barnacle boy nose!
This is a B&E, lady! You're breaking and entering! Get out of my house or I'm calling the cops!
I want candy! Feed me candy! I need candy now!
Help! Someone get their grandma! Help me!
You're lucky I like my men with a little more backbone than you.
So this is what Halloween has come to. This animation was inspired by a story submitted by a viewer who claims an older woman was acting like a Karen while trick-or-treating around her neighborhood. Allegedly, the Karen would harass multiple houses if they refused or didn't give her enough candy, despite trick-or-treating at her old age. The viewer also claims that the woman even forcibly took large handfuls of candy from multiple homeowners' candy bowls and would allegedly run off. It was unknown if the woman was arrested or not, but from what the viewer said, multiple complaints were filed that night.
Hey everybody, meet Samantha. She plays the piano. This happened in the Halloween of 2022, when I had just enrolled in college. At the time, I was dating my girlfriend named Samantha. We had planned to go trick-or-treating on Halloween. She decided to dress up as a generic corpse-like costume, while I decided to go as Michael Myers from the Halloween movie. Initially, I had to convince Samantha to go trick-or-treating with me since she was hell-bent on not going. She avoided going due to a traumatic car accident that happened the previous Halloween, resulting in the death of her ex-boyfriend. Luckily, Samantha survived with minor injuries, but ever since the traumatic incident, she's been on the fence about any Halloween festivities. She copes with the loss by playing the piano often. Myself and her friends have since tried to get Samantha to move on from the past and not let the death discourage her from Halloween festivities. And so, Samantha agreed to go trick-or-treating with me, and even decided to go to a Halloween party that her friends were hosting. Of course, I agreed to go as her plus one, and so that was going to be the plan. Fast forward to Halloween night, and myself and Samantha were out trick-or-treating. We must have been trick-or-treating for 3 hours straight, because our candy sacks were literally full to the brim. It got to the point where our candy sacks were so heavy that we had to carry them over our shoulders Santa Claus style. We eventually made it back to my place, dropped off our candy, and then started making our way to Samantha's friend's Halloween party. As we made our way there, we came across a home decorated like a haunted house. There on the porch stood a massive large Pennywise clown waving us in like he wanted us to come inside. I wanted to check it out, but Samantha refused. Come on, babe, let's check out the haunted house.
Sorry, but there's no way in hell I'm going in there.
Come on, look at that creepy-ass clown. He put a lot of effort in this. We gotta go inside.
That's okay, you just go ahead. I'll wait out here.
Are you sure?
Come inside! I bet your whole mother says that often.
Leave her alone. She's my girlfriend.
Well, your Ice Spice-looking girlfriend is making something other float than my balloons.
Leave her alone or I'm calling the cops.
Suit yourself. Come inside, Michael Myers. Where the hell am I? This is scary as hell! Why did I agree to do this? Dude, please let me out! I don't want to play this game anymore! What the hell is going on?
Hey, babe. This is my friend's party that we were supposed to go to. I also dressed as a corpse to celebrate my ex's death.
The story was inspired by one of the most disturbing cases that happened around Halloween. A female named Mackenzie Shrilla had intentionally killed her boyfriend and their friend in a fatal car crash, and then subsequently dressed as a corpse for Halloween just weeks after. The suspect survived and spent weeks recovering at a hospital, but her passengers didn't make it upon impact. The motive was that she allegedly wanted to end her toxic relationship with the victim. The victim's name was David Flanagan, whom can be seen below. Prosecutors described the suspect as literal hell on wheels. It was reported that the suspect had booked a hotel room with her girlfriends and dressed up as a corpse, merely mocking the victim. The victim's mother has since expressed her anger, stating she thought she was going to get away with it. They were in a hotel room having fun. There was just no remorse. This all happened a few years ago when I was in high school. That year, Halloween happened to fall on a Friday, right after school. I always went trick-or-treating with my two friends, Nick and Kenny. We'd known each other for years and did most things together. We had agreed to meet at a local neighborhood park before we started going to different houses. The three of us had decided to cheap out on costumes and just wear the same mask from last year's Halloween. I was going as Jason Voorhees, Nick was going as Freddy Krueger, and Kenny was going as Ghostface. I was pretty excited for that night. I liked walking around at night with my friends, and coming away with a huge bag of candy was also a plus. When I got home from school, I quickly ate dinner, showered, and got ready. I made sure not to eat too much at dinner, because we were all planning on gorging on our candy afterwards, and I didn't want to be too full. When it was around evening time, I got my candy sack and Jason mask, texted my friends that I was leaving, and started making my way toward the park. I had thought we were meeting pretty early, but there were already a good amount of people trick-or-treating around the neighborhood. I got to the park and waited for Nick and Kenny to show up. A few minutes later, they walked up together and we started going house to house. Our goal was to get our sacks as full as possible. A couple hours later, it was getting late and I was starting to feel pretty tired. By then my bag still wasn't completely full, but it was full enough to where it was heavy as hell. It was to the point that the crew and I had to hold our sacks over our shoulders, Santa style. I asked to go home, but Nick and Kenny kept insisting that we had to trick-or-treat more, despite our bags being heavy and it getting very late. I didn't want to walk home by myself, so I stayed with them as they continued. As we went on, we started to notice that houses were turning off their lights, indicating that they were out of candy. But there was still one house with its lights on. We decided we would hit that house, then head back to my place and start eating all of our candy. We walked up to the house and knocked on the door. It was answered by an incredibly creepy old man, with the meanest, creepiest look on his face. He didn't even need a mask. His face was horrifying enough. The man didn't even have a bowl of candy in his hands, which was alarming. He didn't even say hello either. He just stood there staring at us with this psychotic face. We all said trick or treat, thinking that he somehow didn't know why we were there. But the man stood still and kept staring at the three of us. Then he suddenly said something like, "Come inside. I left my candy in the kitchen." Of course we said no. There was no way we were going into this guy's house. I really didn't like the feel of him. His voice sounded strange too. It was like he didn't use it enough. The man kept insisting that we come inside. He told us that he would give us all of the candy he had left since we were the last ones out. We declined again. I felt uncomfortable as hell over how he kept bribing us. Finally, he gave up trying to get us inside. "Okay, wait here then. I'll go get it." The man walked into his kitchen and then came back with a big bowl of candy. He then grabbed handfuls of it and stuffed it into each of our bags until the bowl was empty. It ended up filling all 3 of our bags to overflowing. The man seemed to brighten up after this and said Happy Halloween as we thanked him and left. He didn't seem so bad anymore. I felt a little guilty for judging him so early. He had given us a ton of candy after all. The 3 of us headed back to my house. It was really late by then, but Nick and Kenny were planning on spending the night anyway, so we weren't too worried about it. When we got to the house, we started going through all of our candy in the basement. It had been a great night for all of us. We each had several whole candy bars from other houses, plus all of the candy from the old man was really nice. We started digging in and enjoying ourselves, happy that we had decided to go to the man's house. After a little bit, I went upstairs to the kitchen to grab some soda for the other 2. But suddenly, as I was heading back, I heard a blood-curdling scream coming from downstairs. I never heard either of my friends scream like that before. I raced downstairs to see what had happened. There I found Kenny laying on the floor with his mouth bloodied. Nick was staring at him, frozen with horror. I screamed in terror, not knowing what was happening. Then Kenny spit a razor blade out on the floor. One of Kenny's candies must have contained a razor. I quickly ran to tell my parents and they called the cops. My dad drove Kenny to the hospital. When the cops arrived, they checked all of our candy and found dozens more razor blades all throughout it. I realized that it had to have been from the old man. I told the police about the man and they were eventually able to track him down and arrest him. Apparently, he had been doing it for a while. I was traumatized by the whole ordeal, but I knew I was lucky that Kenny was alive and that Nick and I hadn't also eaten the tampered candy. I'm still very grateful that we hadn't gone inside the man's house. I don't know if we would have lived to tell about it. On the Halloween of 2019, dozens of shocked parents found razor blades in their kids' candy baskets in Waterbury, Connecticut. Waterbury police received 2 complaints of razor blades in the candy bags of multiple trick-or-treaters in the area. Investigators determined the razor blades came from the same home and were later able to identify the culprit. A 37-year-old man named Jason Raz was arrested the evening after. The man claims the blades had accidentally slipped into the candy bowl. The man has since been charged accordingly for his heinous actions.